Hey everyone, it's Jamie from Independence Street, NOLA, and I'm here to talk about this full moon in Pisces that's happening on Monday, September 20th at 6:54 p.m. my time, and that's Central Time, here in the beautiful city of New Orleans, coming to you from my backyard in the trash-lined streets of New Orleans, Louisiana. So, all jokes aside, the Bayou parishes still need a lot of help, so I, again, will list ways that you can donate money to actual organizations that are down there and doing all the work. So, but back to the video. So Pisces full moon, September 20th, 6:54 p.m. This is happening at 28 degrees of Pisces, and the sun is at 28 degrees of Virgo. So as we know, it's a full moon, which means the sun is bouncing, reflecting off the moon. What's important to realize or to think about with this full moon is that it's at the 28th degree mark of Pisces, and so each zodiac sign only goes to 30 degrees. And so to me, this full moon is building on the last video where we talked about the new moon in Virgo, where I really felt like it was we're ending karmic patterns. Okay, and so what I feel like, which I've been talking about for a while now, is that I believe that we have entered into the age of Aquarius, which means we left the age of Pisces. And so I really feel like this Pisces full moon energetically is that we are just dumping and releasing so much, I mean, karmic baggage, for the lack of better word, but just like things that we always say does no longer serve us anymore. And I'm thinking like this is like lifetimes of outdated things that never served us, or contracts that we didn't even realize we agreed to, or something maybe we picked up energetically from our parents or ancestors as children, and like we were going through life and we're like, why does this thing keep resurfacing, or why does this shit not work out, right? So in the reality of it is, it was never ours to carry, or our baggage, and so now we can release all this, and it's a deep release. And I mean, I'm talking to my friends and they're like, a lot of times when we talk astrology, they're like, holy shit, what's happening? But this is just like, whoa, like they can feel this drain almost. And so like on one hand, like they're real excited, like the energy is high, but on the other hand, they're like, and myself included, I'm like, I need to take a nap. So like I'm excited, but I also want to go lay down. So this is what's happening with this full moon. And as always, if you come across this video and it's not in the time that we're talking about, energetically it is the time we're talking about. So I work a lot with energy, and so I'm always saying energetically. And so energetically, I feel like this is what this full moon in Pisces is doing. It's releasing a lot of the age of Pisces that we lived with. And the age of Pisces that we lived with was a lot of lower vibrations of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And so in reality, it's like where everything comes together, and when it's at its highest point, it's at the highest vantage point. It can see all and judge none, right? It's also very intuitive. It's also, I want to say very mystical, if you will. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and actually Neptune will be conjuncting the moon tomorrow, right? And so, and just conjunction means they're close to each other, right? So they're having a great conversation. So the moon and Neptune are conjunct each other, and so that is that huge release. So you're going to feel a lot of this tomorrow on the 19th, right? And also, usually with a big energy like this, you know what you're releasing. I mean, of course, things can keep coming up, and you're like, oh, this and this, but like with this energetic, I mean, the moon, you can see it, like it's a huge force. So like we're releasing, like you're releasing. So this is a good time if things are coming up, just to keep transmuting and to be thankful. Like, not doing that anymore. Transmute, transmute, transmute. With this Pisces full moon, because it's also the end degree of Virgo. And so in Virgo in its lower degrees, as we talked about, is the martyr. But Virgo in its higher self is also transcendent, right? Virgo at its higher self realizes that the body, Virgo's the body and the mind all work together seamlessly, right? And so this is a good time to realize where we need to put up more boundaries in all areas of our life. So we're releasing and putting up boundaries all at the same time, right? So this is a really big moon. I'm checking my notes. So I said, yeah, but her higher Virgos combining body with the mind, that synergy with ourselves, right? And so also when we think about the mind, right? We also think about, well, I think about the higher heart, right? So we're moving into our intuition, right, which is the moon, which we've been talking about this a lot. So, you know, moving into the intuition, which is with the moon, right? So we're also, so with this Pisces, you know, the full moon also illuminates. So let's illuminate, you know, where we can use our intuition more, where we can be of service to others, but also be of service to ourselves first, right? That is Virgo. Virgo likes to help. And especially like in times like these, right? Like pandemic times and then like natural disaster times. It's really important to check in with yourself and see how you feel. It's important to put up those boundaries, right? It's important to listen to yourself, listen to those small cues, you know, and there's a lot going on. If you need to reach out and talk to someone, reach out and talk to someone. That's really important. A couple other things like I want to touch on real fast, because I don't want this video to be as long as the other one, but I will say, and maybe I'll go into it a little bit more, but I really feel like all the things that I went over in the last video with that Virgo new moon, we're just building upon. You know, I feel like with this, I keep saying energy dump with Pisces, it's moving all the signs into higher vibrations. And I know we talked about last summer, like 2 summers ago, like how everything was getting recalibrated, but I really feel like this Pisces full moon is just like the last, not the last push, because we're always going to be releasing, but I really feel like it's a huge release from the age of Pisces. And the age of Pisces, you guys, was a lot of, you know, in its lower self, was like a lot of addiction. It was a lot of illusion. It was a lot of, you know, what is happening? Am I right? Am I wrong? You know, like you can never really get a grasp. And like I just had a friend just say, holy shit, it was like the veil have just been lifted from my eyes, right? And that's that energy of this full moon in Pisces. Like things are becoming extremely clear, and they're going to keep becoming more clear. So we can use Pisces in its higher vibration of like daydreaming, but you know, in a good way, not like escapism, right? Before Pisces, in the age of Pisces, was a lot of escapism. Like I said, addiction, illusion, not feeling grounded, right? And so right now, if you're not feeling grounded, you could just make the intention, I want to feel grounded and I want to release. Like those are things that, you know, that are coming through right now. Things that maybe you thought didn't have an answer because it was always like a little cloudy, we're going to start getting answers, right? Because we are releasing that lower age of Pisces energy with this full moon. We are setting boundaries with ourselves and others, right? Especially spiritual boundaries, right? Like, you know, we can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll go and do this and then show up and really be hating it. Like there's just things now that our entire body is just like rejecting that notion. But let me talk about Mars and Venus real fast. So Mars is in Libra, right? And sorry, my dog's having a hard time getting up the stairs because all the crystals are out. All the crystals are out to be released and recharged, so we're running out of room on the stairs. But Mars is in Libra, and this is what they say Mars is in his quote-unquote detriment. And I don't really care to use that word detriment at all. I just feel like Mars is the furthest away from his home, you know, which is Aries, right? So I see Mars as like going to visit another relative or whoever far away, and so Mars is far away from his home. He gets there, Mars has had an upgrade, so he's now a gentleman or gentle person, and so, but because he's not an Aries, people will say, you know, this will mean he's indecisive, and I just think that's not it. I think Mars is at someone else's home, which is Libra. Libra likes to be balanced. We're about to move into Libra season. And so Mars just wants to hear. He's being a good guest. He's hearing what everyone has to say, and then he's going to make a decision, right? So if you are, you know, feeling like you can't make that get up and go decision, it's okay. It's perfectly normal right now, right? Because Mars is also still being supported by that grand trine, right, of all the air signs, you know, Aquarius and Gemini. So I'm trying to read my notes real fast. So that's supporting Mars, so we can have these conversations, right? You know, and he's also in a trine with this air trine, right, which is Aquarius, which Saturn is sitting, and Saturn wants stability, right? So it's okay to feel like you're taking your time in order to see what the right move is, and before you make that next move, right? Mars is in Libra. He's talking. He's got the support of the air signs, right? He's got support of Saturn. It's not indecision. It's just getting more facts, okay? Mars is also in mutual reception with Venus, who's in Scorpio. And they would say Venus is in her detriment when she's in Scorpio. But once again, I don't think Venus is ever in her detriment. She's just in Scorpio, okay? And so Mars and Venus are having these talks, right? And they're out of their home comfort zone so they can see the bigger picture, okay? When, you know, Venus is in Scorpio, they're saying when Venus is in Scorpio, she can be, I had it written down, hold on, when Venus is in Scorpio, okay, when Venus is in Scorpio, there can be resentments to commitment or overcommitment and not making these strong boundaries, okay? But she can also just kind of be like she can be loud, and like she wants you to show her attention. And even though I see that playing out right now in a lot of ways, that's not really resonating with me. So I really feel like Venus in Scorpio, like this is her last hurrah as that as well. Like that idea of the feminine is being released with this Pisces full moon, right? So from now on, when Venus is in Scorpio, they will talk about boundaries, you know, they will talk about transformation, you know, they will talk about, you know, Venus is how you see yourself, how you want to make money, all these things. So when she's in Scorpio, before she would be like yelling and, you know, acting like a brat, basically. And I really feel like this is the end of that stereotype for women, basically. Or I wouldn't even say women, that stereotype with the female, with females, right? Because it's, you understand what I'm saying, with females. So this is a good time to talk about and see where you don't want to commit, see where you don't want to overcommit, right? See where you can set these boundaries. You know, your masculine and feminine, right now, it's really interesting. So the moon and the sun are far away from each other, and, you know, they're being mean at each other, so their conversation's like, what's up, yo? And then, but the masculine and feminine, planet-wise, as in Mars and Venus, are in mutual reception. They're really close, but they're still far away from their home comfort zones, right? So this is a really good time. Like, maybe we do feel ungrounded. Maybe we do feel like exhausted, right? But yeah, energetic at the same time. But it's a good time for your masculine and feminine sides to really have that conversation with themselves. Like, see, it's okay to take time before you make a move, okay? It's okay to set a boundary, right, before you make a move. That's really important right now, because also our intuition's being kicked up, right, because of the full moon. And then also, you know, we're ending Virgo season, where now we're integrating this idea how the mind and the body can work seamlessly together, but also just within its environment, but the whole environment, right? Like, we are going to have this conversation about how we fit in our environment with climate change and things like that. So there's a lot going on right now. It's just, you know, not necessarily what you see in front of you right now. And that's the other thing of Pisces, right? Pisces is the higher, what we can't see, right? We can feel it, but we can't see it. You know, Jupiter is trining Mercury, right? Which is great for ideas and talking, but it's also the idea of faith, right? Or knowing things are happening even though they're not quote unquote tangible. So all this is happening right now, right? All this is happening this week. And on top of the fact that we're moving into the equinox, and we're moving into Libra season, right, where we're going to have that balance. You know, Libra also likes to people please in its lower vibration, right? But this season, you know, because we're setting these strong boundaries now at the very end of Virgo season, when we push into Libra season, when we get into fall, right, it's going to be this new energy. It's going to be this new, no, I'm actually setting boundaries. No, I can keep things in balance. Oh, actually, my yin and yang is just going to yin, well, my yang yangs, right? Like, it's all these things that are happening. So tell yourselves good job. You know, I was talking to one of my friends today, and she was like, you know, I'm just getting ready for what's, you know, something big's happening, you know, when it's coming. And I was like, this is it, friends. Like, this is it, right? This is it. The big thing happening is now, right? And it's wanting to keep us grounded. It's wanting to keep us in the present, right? It's wanting to keep us in the moment, right? So then we can deal with what comes our way. So once again, big hugs to everybody. Good job. I'm proud of everyone. This hasn't been an easy 6 months. Say 2 weeks. But really, like, even with eclipse season, you know, everyone give yourself a pat on the back. Turn off the fucking TV if you need to. Give yourself some downtime. You know, go sit with nature if you can. Reach out to a friend if you need to. You know, pay attention to yourself. It's really important to have that quote-unquote self-care and energetic care and listen to what your needs are. And if you feel like they're not being met, have that conversation. Why do I feel this way, and how can I get them met, right? That's really important. So if you guys have any questions, always slide into my DMs. Michelle and I are going to be doing an Instagram Live on the 22nd at 8 p.m. on her Instagram, so I hope to see you guys there. It's going to be fun. We're going to be giving away a few things, and like she said, bring all the dad jokes. So happy full moon in Pisces. Just take it day by day. I'm really proud of everybody, and I'm really excited with the way things are moving. All right, till next time. Bye.